look at the state of you. You're more of a wreck than this place. Is this what you call taking better care of yourself? No more excuses, your ladyship. I order you to rest.
Fine. I'll rest.
Don't worry, Gav. She's in good hands.
But we should have never let her fall into Hugo's. Back when he had some like. Question is, where is he now?
And what the hell were those royalists doing there?
I was wondering about that all the way home.
Otto may have heard something. I'll talk to him.
And I'll talk to Torms.
The lawsman. About what?
About your faithful hound for a start. If any four-legged friend's ever done that before, I'm betting Torms will have read about it. But what I want to know is, what happens afterwards? It's all well and good Torgal saving our arses, but if it costs him what it cost Jill...
Right. Let me know if you learn anything.
Will do. And you do the same, eh?
Jill. Listen to Taya.
I will. Thank you.
Well, welcome on back. I didn't realize there was a little bit of cutscene there, so I let it play. But welcome back to the Let's Play of Final Fantasy XVI. I think we're gonna do some exploring here because there's a lot on the menu going on. So let's check some stuff out. We're gonna start with our abilities. See here, we have block enemies attack when guard is timed perfectly. R1 can be used to launch up to 3 counters attacks. That looks useful. That looks nasty. So step forward and deliver a blinding flurry of high-speed punches. Blocking an enemy attack with the step forward increases the potency of the following punches. That looks fun too. But let's start with this one, shall we? And then let's see here. This looks like it should just be fun. We're gonna upgrade that one. Okay, so we may switch. I think we're gonna switch. What's a good rotation? We may switch Grudo for Titan and see how that works. Because we have R1, which does that. Switch to that, and then this one does what? Oh, I'd rather have Earthen Fury. That looks good. That looks good. See how that works out first. And then next, let's check out this.
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board?
Oh yeah, the hunt
It's where the
board.
curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know? Right. Well, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse breakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Let's see what we got posted. So reports of fiends terrorizing the countryside are posted to the hunt board in hopes that fearless heroes such as Clive will take it upon themselves to hunt down and slay the notorious marks. I've already slain one by accident, but I'll take it. Danger of death. A traitor come by the way of Carnovent met with troops of curse-breakers, traveling in the opposite directions, and warned them of a wicked ring harpy on the road. So it's a harpy. I mean, technically, I can go ahead and just take all of these, right? These are all just B, C, C, B, 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 and then this one's an A. So locations, Hawk's Cry, Clift. This is Clairview, Simbreak. The Broken Hilt, Rosaria. And north of Sorrow Rise, Rosaria. Okay, I guess you just have to kind of pick them yourself. Anyways, let's see what this plus. Oh, actually, what do they have?
All right, Clive. Keep it me too. I've been doing my better rest than anyone. Anything catch your eye?
Use Grant's Alent report to not only find new quests about Valisthea, but also travel immediately to the obelisk waypoint nearest their location.
Seen enough?
Oh, Clive! Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any? Come to claim your just desserts?
Completing the side quest will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree at the Patron Whisper in the Hideaway Mess to view current renown levels and accept any donation available.
All yours. You earned this. All done?
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Now, normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what'd you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
BlackSmith Blues, huh? Okay, let's go. Guess we go down here, check this marker out. Can I go that? No, I can't. I'm an idiot.
Oh, bother.
About what?
I've 2 dresses that need stitching, but I haven't got those girls' rags. And we most certainly cannot have that. A certain amount of decor, you wouldn't want the...
Of course not.
Oh, you see, I've paid for 2 bolts of cloth from the drapers. They don't deliver, not to places that aren't on them.
And you'd have this someone be me.
I would.
Absolutely.
But anything less than what I paid for. 1 bolt of blue and 1 of red. I expect them both.
Yes, ma'am. Cut from the cloth.
They said they'd give us new clothes. But we've no coin.
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her back.
Oh, Maeve knows how to brew.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all.
Wait, what?
What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
Spit roast.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
If it wasn't for the renown, that would have been a no, but sure.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic!
So,
The only... a beat.
does the book say
Well, only the...
roses?
Let's speed this up a bit. Sure. I'll come back for that later.
Oh, what a lovely fragrance.
Sid, I know that when we came to the hideaway, we chose to let go of our past in order that we might focus on our future.
We did.
Nonetheless, I was wondering if... Well, I know you are from Rosaria, and I'm in need of someone with intimate knowledge of those lands. Apparently, the duchy is home to all manner of curative herbs found nowhere else in the realm. Among them is a flower called a morganbeard that increases the potency of lesser medicines.
I can't say that I've had much practice healing. My youth was spent in the Bailey.
A shame. You see, the hideaway relies heavily upon medicines procured from afar. And when those shipments are late, well, it's our sick who suffer. If we could find this flower and learn to grow it here, we might save many lives. However, as you are well aware, Imperial occupation has rendered the roads unsafe for those like me, untrained in the military arts. Now, I'm not asking the busiest man in the hideaway to drop everything and make the journey for me, but if you happen to be in the duchy on other business...
You know what? Just for the consideration, absolutely.
Tell me of these Morganbeards, then.
But of course. If my old tomes are to be believed, the flowers are bright yellow and as large as goblins' eyes. Oh, and they grow in the marshes of Sorrowise. If I am to propagate them here in the backyard, I will require several samples, preferably of blooms which have already gone to seed. And before I forget, I do seem to recall learning in the course of my research that their odor has the tendency to attract unsavory creatures. Nothing you cannot handle, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Won't be long now, Martel. See, I am...
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just... Well, as you know...
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. I took it on, you see, after she... Well, after she died. And now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? Here you go. Martella. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
I think that music's growing on me. It's soothing. Alright, we're gonna knock out this blacksmith. At least knock this one out before the episode ends.
First August, and now you. What you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
All right. We're going. always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen. Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe? Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Well, before we continue on, I'm just looking at the time, and it looks like I'm gonna have to end the episode here. But I'll catch you guys in the next episode while we finish up all these side quests. And peace.